My name is Stevie Watkins, and I am analyzing the watercolor painting Party Politics by Victoria Tierney. This painting can be found in the Coos Art Museum currently. The first thing I notice in this painting is that there is a distinct difference in color. Between the upper right and left side and the middle and bottom of it, there is a complete difference in color. In my interpretation, I believe that the border of the painting represents the politicians, while the center represents the civilians. The border is darker, showing how corrupt the politicians are, whereas the center is lighter, showing how nice and innocent the civilians are in contrast. Throughout the center, there's what appears to be a train, making its way and giving out lots of steam into the center area. I believe that this train is the way that the politicians are able to enter the civilians' land and make the changes. These changes directly concern the civilians, and yet very little of the effects come up to the border, which is where the politicians are. This can be seen by how the black smoke only hovers over the center and not into the border, which is where the politicians are. The black smoke coming from the train comes through and huddles over a large portion of the civilians' area. This black smoke is slowly destroying the civilians' area, which is usually bright and colorful, as you can see from small portions. In the top right area, there are rainbow things that look like confetti. I believe this symbolizes how the politicians go through and party and have a good time while the civilians go through life and work and pay taxes to help those partying politicians. There's a small blue triangle on the right side nearest the bottom of the painting. This, to me, looks like a lake or some type of natural water site. This is one of the only natural sites in this painting, which seems significant. This is significant because since it is natural, there is no destruction that has occurred from the humans or the politicians. Although, the black smoke is hovering overhead, which is showing how the destruction will come eventually to this natural water site. There are other abstract drawings throughout the painting, which could be interpreted in various ways. There are some pink boxes on the left side of the painting, which I think could represent a building of some sort. This is in the politicians' border, at the very edge, which could signify that they are all obsessed with being in the cosmopolitan world, both the politicians and the civilians, since it's right on the edge of the politicians' border. There are some greenish-black lines over a yellow patch on the left bottom side. This looks as if it could be a farm of some sort from above. This could signify that the politicians are taking over all sorts of life and placing policies on them, even the farmers. Much of the border has muddy drawings that are hard to distinguish. I believe that the artist did this purposefully, so that she can represent how muddy politics can be and how uninviting they seem compared to the bright, colorful land of the civilians. In the bottom of the painting, you can see that the darker politicians' border merges with the civilians' area, representing how we all come together in the end, and also showing that all of their actions are going to have consequences.